Hello there, everybody, and welcome to another Crowncast. Today, it will probably be a ranting one because I was going to delay this and do it maybe tomorrow or later, but something has gotten me seriously riled up over the past weekend. And it's not something that's happened to me, but what's have been going on in the Swedish sports media, But this isn't going to be like all about sports. It's going to be about men versus females, all that. In general, it shouldn't be versus, but men, women, feminists, all the fucking men who hates women. I mean everything that's like that sort of stuff. Because here's what happened in this football. From this on, I'm gonna call you Americans know it as soccer, but I'm gonna call it football because it's what we call it here in Europe, and it's I'm not gonna say soccer more than I'm in this beginning. So when I say football from now on, you will understand what I mean. So everyone knows who's our biggest, most famous Swedish person in the world. Maybe not Americans, but the rest of the world knows that Zlatan Ibrahimovic is the most famous Swede in the world. There's no competition. We may have a king and royalty and all that, but they no one comes close to how big Zlatan Ibrahimovic is to the world. And he recently had a conversation with a reporter where he said that here's the thing. We had the football awards here in Sweden, and the guy who has made most appearance for Swedish national team in football in the men's era, Anders Svensson, he got the car, and it blew up because our female side of it, she didn't get anything. She got the bouquet of flowers when she became the most capped person did most games in the Swedish national team, female national team. So this has been going on for a while with them saying that the Swedish Football Federation has been handling this situation completely wrong, and most of it's their fault. And to some of the degree, I think so, and also some of the degree is media having good fun in trying to make it way bigger than it is. So now Zlatan Ibrahimovic talked about he thought that it shouldn't he should get Anders should get more because this men's side of football is bringing in more money. They're funding most of the female side, which is kind of true for the most part. They are getting so much more money in because it's more money in male football than in female football. So he thought it was quite appropriate that he could get a car. And what he said, he made jokingly, which it didn't say in the article because apparently the writer did a mistake and didn't call it that he joked about it, which why this blew up from the beginning. He said they could get the bicycle with my autograph on it, was the thing Zlatan Ibrahimovic said. And so now everything has blown up, and the female footballers feels like they have been slapped in the head with a frying pan and they've been beaten and we are just so bloody sad about us. You can't do this to us. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for not being biased, but I think it's wrong what comment from Zlatan and himself. I feel like he should be, him having those opinions is, he also says that the female football team does a great job and everything like that, and he's very supportive and think they're doing very good. But as I also see, I mean, I side a bit with Zlatan because female football is a such smaller sport, and he's hated the fact that you compare the two, because like he said, when he out in the world, he's compared to Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. In Sweden, he's compared to Lotta Schelin, who is our greatest female footballer and is one of the greatest female footballers in the world. But for him, he feels like that is like sort of taunt or like humiliation for him, because I mean, comparing him with isn't fair, he thinks. And so that's why all of this is blown up. If it weren't for the fact that it's male and female, we wouldn't have any problem, because then it would just be comparing sports and sports, because that is the bottom line of it. I mean, I'm so fucking annoyed that in all the articles and like, oh, we lost all of our respect for Zlatan Ibrahimovic as a person. How could you say these things? Jesus Christ, have some self. Look into yourself and see that you're a smaller sport. The players have no like self look and just look into himself and be like, okay, but it's true, we are the smaller sport compared to the men football side of it. And it's probably always gonna be that way, because I mean, you can't, the female as a gender can't be as good at football, because genetically you can't become gain as much muscle and that sort of stuff. So you can't play on the same sort of level of play. So men is gonna play at the higher level. That's just the way it is. It's never going to change that. So that's why it's probably always going to be that way. People who enjoy female football, sure, they can go ahead and watch female football all as they like. The reason why I don't want to watch it is because the Swedish female football side has been stuck in not evolving at all. They haven't become any better. They were probably better 10 years ago than they are today. And they have great footballers, but they haven't evolved their training. They haven't stepped up in like becoming better at football, and that's why countries as France and England and they all gonna move and Spain, they all gonna move past us. They have more money, that's a certain fact. They have more money to put into the teams that like Arsenal, Manchester City and all those teams are getting female football sides, and of course for them it's just a fraction of their money that they can put into it, but it still will be more than what we can do here in Sweden. But even with that, we have had so long time to become one of the biggest nations in the world. We are there, but the fact that we haven't even come close to Germany, and other countries in the world just easily catch up to our level and maybe become better than us. It's frankly, I feel like that's the bigger mistake in general. That's why I don't watch it, because I feel like they are becoming better again now with a new head coach. but they have done so many mistakes, and they aren't deserving of me watching them. That's just the bottom line. And also the fact that this whole thing is just so stupid. Our main female football players are like, they have no self. I'm not doing the right word, I'm sorry for that, but they don't see themselves as like, we should all be equal. That I wished it could be that way, but it's not about that. It's about the fact that female football is a smaller sport than men's football. Men's football is probably the biggest fucking thing in the world. How are you saying that you should get the same things that the male side should? Because I mean, them doing lots of games in the female side isn't comparable to the men's side, because it's so much easier. They have so much fewer games in their leagues than the men have. So when they have playing personal, when Zlatan Ibrahimovic plays all the Champions League games, all the league games and the cups and everything like that, he probably over a year doubles, and just the fact that these people are continuing to play in the national team when they have so many games compared to the female part of it, where they have not a lot of league games. So them playing in the national team, and playing for the national team is bigger than playing for any club. Winning the Champions League isn't as comparable as to winning with the national team. Comparing that in the men's place, where winning the Champions League is as big as winning the World Cup. Okay, now I would say World Cup is the biggest, but it's Champions League is almost as big, because it's so difficult, because there you play against the best of the best in the Champions League. The best players of the world are there. In the World Cup, you will have teams that wouldn't even get probably into the Champions League group stage. Let's face it. Like some of the teams in Asia or in Central America and stuff like that, they would probably not make it into the Champions League stage. Nothing personal to those teams. It's just the fact that there's so many good players from certain nations as Brazil and stuff like that, I mean, if Brazil could have more than one team, and like France and stuff like that, then it would probably be much more tougher. But you can't have more than one team from a nation. That would be weird. And well, yeah, France versus France in the final, that would be weird. But yeah, so ultimately I wish everyone to be equal, like female and men. But in certain notes, you have to see the fact that it's not always about men versus women. It's not always. It's about how big a sport to another sport. And so it's all I have to say on this point, because I feel exhausted from all this talking. No, but I can go on longer. But yeah, so I mean, bottom line is this: Zlatan Ibrahimovic should have maybe kept some of his opinions to himself, because he's the most searched people in Sweden every year, and if something with Zlatan Ibrahimovic, everyone's going to read that article. It's like it's beyond how big he is here in Sweden. So him stating something that's like saying that the female side is less. It's going to be negative. I understand that for the female side. But I also agree that the fact that the female side must acknowledge the fact that they are not as big of a sport than the men side of it. You can argument all you want about how about equal and stuff like that, but that's just fact. It's a bigger sport, and you have to acknowledge that. Maybe one day people will enjoy female football as much as men's side, and then I will watch more and more. I was even thinking of doing. I was brainstorming if I were going to like travel across the country and just watch female football in different levels, just and trying to put down it in do some sort of report and article, like something like that, just doing writing, the researching whole female football thing. Because for me, when I watch I see so much flaws in female football. I mean, it's just, I feel like they could be so much better at this point. Female football has been on for such a long time, and I feel like they have not evolved as much as they should. And I would want to help that. So I might do that next year. Because I wanted to evolve as a sport to something that I would enjoy to watch. And so far, apart from maybe when the World Cup is played in female football, it's not entertaining. Watching the Swedish female football league, which is one of the biggest ones in the world, I tried to watch it. It's just, it's so many mistakes made, and the skill level difference is so fucking huge. It's just unbelievable. It's I get surprised every time I watch it, and some players are like, they can just walk through every single team like it's nothing. And that skill level is so big, and until they can get the skill level more and more equal, I can just enjoy the game. But I do want to make research. I would want to do something like that and just help the sport and just do something next year. And I might do it because I want to do stuff with my life, and I want to do stuff that matters. And if I could just watch different state level of football, lower league, higher, maybe go to like watching the Women's Champions League finals or something like that. Just seeing all the different levels, or watching like for research purpose, could be so freaking interesting. Because I'm so invested in football, and I feel like men's side of football, they have all the information they need. Everyone who watch that sort of stuff, if I would want to do something like that, I would want to become a coach or something like that, because that's the easiest way to do it. So, oh Jesus. So, this is one of the most passionate Crowncast I think I've ever done. So to just give this a wrap of this topic, I must say that it's, I don't even know what to say anymore. It's a good discussion to have, even though the guy who made our article made a mistake in to make it as big as it became. But it's just it boggles my mind that can't have some self. Fucking not self look, but yeah, it was. Yeah, people probably gonna say in the description what's the right word for it, but yeah. So I feel like I should move on from that and just have a call, some conversation about something else. So, as you all know, it's the show takeover. The last one we will do is going to be on Wednesday, and I'm excited about that. I'm gonna record something right now after this. That's going to probably go up as a promo on the John Rambo channel. Just needed to drink. So that's going to happen. The top 10 TV shows, I'm also gonna record that after I'm done with this, because I was going to start doing it yesterday, but from all the drinking this Saturday, it's just I was so tired. I was going to do like 2 shots or something like that, and maybe drink alcoholic soda or something like that, and instead I ended up getting like 7 shots and alcoholic soda for that point. So I was just beat because I stayed up to 6:30 in the morning playing Left 4 Dead 2 with Nate, Cyberdemon, Lambent, all those people, and yeah, it was fun, really fun. I'm so exhausted from that. Yes, so there will be an announcement. Maybe I will not just do it on I will do it on the show takeover, but I also will do it probably with a video on Wednesday as well. It probably will go up before the show takeover begins. It will probably be some point in the afternoon. And I hope you're excited for it. It's about the evolution of the Crowncast, so to speak. And yes, so it's going to be interesting to say the least, of how it will work out. But yeah, I think that it will be a good evolution for my channel. I will also change my name of my channel and also my Twitter and stuff, because it's not that I don't like more crime stories, but the fact that it didn't become the writing channel that I had planned for, and I will still write under the name Mark Crown, but it's not gonna be I'm not gonna be Mark Crown much more. I'm gonna be Crown, and anyone who has known me as Mark, you can call me Mark. As I said before, I like the name. So I don't know why, I just have always liked that name. So if people call me that you have known me for this long and call me Mark, go ahead. You can call me that. It's easier than call me Rasmus, or you can call me Rasmus as well. It doesn't matter. It's names. But I would like you to call me something I actually actually known by. But you can call me Rasmus as well. It's yeah. So when it comes to gaming stuff on this channel, Caesar asked me if I'm going to do mod stuff on Minecraft. I might do, but that depends on 2 things. If I don't end up dying and I get bored, I will use mods, because I need some more challenge probably, or something like that, and then I probably would die, and then Minecraft will be gone for good, probably, because I like Minecraft, but if I will do Minecraft in the future, it's probably just me building stuff, because I enjoy having nice, relaxing conversation about nothing and just chilling with building a house or stuff like that. Doing time lapse, maybe, I don't know. I'm suck at building stuff, but I still want to do it because it's fun. Um, so that's the thing that will happen. Or if I die, and I might just go and do something modded. I might do Pixelmon, but I'm highly debating if I should do that or not, because it's like Pokemon, and it just feels weird. Also, I got a giant sized. I played with Doug, and I got a giant sized Totodile. I think it was. It was like huge. Seriously, it was big as a Blastoise. Now that's what I call a huge Totodile. Yeah, fun stuff. Yeah. What else? I'm thinking of maybe having a live stream tomorrow, seeing how it's the New Year stuff. I might do that, or I might do just celebrate with my mother. I don't know. My New Year's starts like 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So for me, it's gonna start earlier compared to you guys. So I don't know. Maybe we'll have some sort of stream and just drinking something. I don't know. Doing some shots. I don't know. Yeah. So New Year's resolutions. Yeah, what do I have? New Year's resolution. I need to start drinking less Coca-Cola. That's one of them that needs to happen, because my teeth doesn't really like it, and I don't feel like going to the dentist as often as I do. That's just a thing. What else is it? I always say every year. Last year I said, like, when for myself, when I did my Minecraft machine, in 1 year I'm gonna be at 1,000 subscribers. Looking at it now, I'm at 62. Yes. And when I started doing stuff again, Crowncast and stuff again, I said, next CamCon, I'm gonna be at 1,000 subscribers. Maybe I should just do like Krender, just don't even try. Just go with the flow and hope for the best. It seemed to work for him. Maybe it will work for me. I also want to start doing editing stuff again. With that, I need to start getting a new editing program, because the one I'm using is just an easy program. I used to use more Final Cut, but since that's only for Mac, and my Mac is too old to do editing now, I need some sort of new program. It won't be that difficult to learn, but I just need to go and buy, I don't know, Adobe or whatever it is I need to get myself. I'm probably gonna do Adobe. I don't know. People do Sony Vegas or Adobe, whatever. I don't care. It's just probably both of them is easy enough. It's just I have editing experience, so it probably wouldn't be that difficult. You just need to get down to doing it because I'm rusty in it. The editing I do now, I barely do anything editing at all. People like see my, like I feel it's so funny to see so say, oh, Mark does so much creative, so much stuff. I'm lazy as shit with my content. Let's be honest. It's like I, if you think that the entertaining part is me really like focusing in and doing stuff, no, fuck no. I'm too lazy with all the stuff that I do. I need to do way much more. That's why I wouldn't show a single person like the stuff I do on my channel and stuff. Because I like my biggest problem is I hate editing audio. I have no problem editing like everything like that, but to get the audio right and listen to that sort of stuff, I don't have the ear for it. I know a lot of people have good ears for like hearing how the audio should sound and so. I just know that my audio isn't as good as it should be, but I don't know how to do it better. Audio is like my weakness. That's why I'm probably going to try and apply for study editing. Hopefully they will help me getting editing audio to video, because that's what one of the things I need to learn the most. Because if I could get better at that, I feel like maybe just me doing an audio course would be better, because that's a weakness that it's really crippling me, I feel like, often. Because if I could make the audio sound better and be like refining audio stuff, and so it sounds really good, and know how to do kind of equals levels of audio and just have it all sound good, and like do editing audio, like editing out background noises or whatever. Because for instance, if my video camera has some sort of fucking problem where it sounds like it's something clicking in the background, it's something that's broken in it, but I would like to edit that out from the whole videos. Because then it would then I wouldn't need to fucking get a new one. Because yeah, that's a thing. Yeah. So yeah, that's stuff. I'm gonna apply for different places to go and study next year. If nothing sort of like spectacular happen, or get a job that another job. I have a job, but it doesn't give me enough. It's a very good paying job for not many hours, but I need another part-time job, and then I could have no problem moving out. Because my goal this year is I would really like to move out. If it was for the fact if I'm gonna study here in my hometown, then I probably will just stay, won't move out directly. But that's my goal this year and this coming year, and I have a lot of interesting ideas for this year, and I always have much interesting ideas. I just need one to pan out. That's always what I hope for. Just one of my many millions ideas and stories and stuff like that. That needs to pan out for me. And I'm very repeating myself this Crowncast, but it has been the shape of two. It's been it's been a two-parter sort of in one go. Because it's one is about next year and one is about me ranting. So I hope you all enjoy this. I hope I didn't offend anyone, or if you didn't get what I meant for it to say, I just write a comment about it and I will reply to you, because I'm as much as anyone wants female and men to be at the same level. But yeah, sometimes the sports are different scales. I mean, if we could have it as a riding, I don't even know what's called in English. Horse jump? No, can't be named that. They have sort of like hinders or whatever, like fence. No, not fence. That they jump over with horses. I don't remember what it's called in English, but there men and females compete against each other because there's no, you're on equal terms. When it comes to football, men and female aren't on equal terms. So, and the fact is that it's the men's football sport, has so many more people doing it, and it's such a bigger sport. I see handball, female and men. I feel like those are almost at equal level, and I would say that you don't know what handball is in America, but it's a sport that's really good, and it's as dangerous as I would say that American football is. I'm not even kidding. It's really brutal, and you don't even have any. I would say it's more. It can be. It's not as brutal as rugby, but dude, it's the most things are allowed. Seeing that, comparing it to basketball, where you don't even get to touch each other, it's just hilarious. That's why I could never play basketball. The fact that you can't touch each other is just fucking stupid. Sorry, it is. So, yes. So, I'm ending it there. Whew. This was an exhausting one, at least. So, this is the last time me saying I'm at Crowncast on Twitter, because it's going to change. So, if you want to still do it to Crowncast before I change it, then you have to do it now. Probably gonna change it in the description when I change it for whatever I'm gonna call it. I have a problem with names, but if you come up with some good name, something with crown in it, feel free to tell me. So, thank you guys for listening, and I will see you guys on Wednesday, hopefully on Thursday when I upload the thing. Yeah. Whoop whoop. Whoop whoop. Whoop whoop. Whoop whoop. Okay, I'm not gonna do this again. Bye.